Hello everybody, welcome back to Looking Glass Insects. Today we are going to be looking more at, well, let's just say Kimika and potentially even Zakuro as well, doing self-defense in ways that are very questionable legally. Yeah, and my god, getting the most satisfying and deserved revenge on Megu and Satoko. That is my point. That is what we are going to be seeing today. I mean, my god, the amount of things that Kimika has bought and somehow sourced, it's a bit concerning. It really, really is, and it's going to be very interesting to see just how it's done. Now, the thing is, I really skimmed over the scenes last time, so I just want to have a quick little reminder of everything that's gone on. Right, where should we go from? Yeah, let's go from this scene. Oh my god, yeah, no, it was genuinely so funny seeing Satoko being so entitled and mad as well. And isn't it really quite funny to think about the fact that even though these people have all of the physical strength, they don't have the mental strength at all. They are inferior mentally. What a quote. I wish the dog would stop barking. Yeah, no, that's the hilarious thing, because that is true there. Yeah. Isn't it really funny that this false pretense of the fact that Kimika finally, I said everybody's name before I said Kimika's name. I really don't understand why, but I got there eventually. But yeah. So yeah, no, it's really quite funny this. It's a total distraction from any issue that is actually present. She does know damn well what she's doing, I agree. It is a game, I totally agree, yeah. Yeah. I'm scared about what's going to happen when Tsubasa is going to get involved. Let's be honest, Megu is very close to Tsubasa at the moment, even if it's probably fake. And maybe it's even just Tsubasa using her for sex, but yeah. And that's actually really interesting, because she's saying that she's the worm, but at the same time she's then saying that a small and insignificant and easy to be crushed animal is the one who has killed the most humans. How does she know about all of these though? Yeah, it's a bit odd. You a mosquito now. I don't know why I didn't quote that yesterday, but yeah. She will have a sting. I totally see that, especially because of the fact that she has a literal stun gun in her dodgy storage department. Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. I see that. Yeah, totally. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's very interesting, this. I really do wonder what it is. Maybe it's a very bad skin irritant, that's my guess. Or maybe it's something that is genuinely poisonous. Maybe that's to be used in the most dire of circumstances. To be fair, I can see what she means, but the only thing is the biological weapon has to somehow be issued worldwide. And it has to be a very deadly and infectious disease as well. So basically COVID, but 10 times worse. I think I just wonder where she got all of this stuff, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, some of it from the school science lab, but others I don't know. Well, potentially from the school science lab. Yeah, my god, and I just think it's genuinely insane. Oh, right. God, she really just feels like a mad scientist, but obviously not old enough to become a scientist who's qualified. To be fair, she nearly is old enough. She could easily become a mad scientist. Easily. God, it's so dodgy, and it is cool, but at the same time it's really concerning. Yeah, that's interesting. That's horrible. I mean, they were doing this just so that... I think it's just so that Kimika could be psychologically attacked because of the fact that they are trying to get Zakuro to fall on the ground and obviously be humiliated, and then Kimika will feel guilty as a result of that. They're monsters. They really are. I mean, what's new, but still. God. Oh, Jesus. God. Yeah, no, she wouldn't trust people, and also she could have the potential to have her bag stolen. No, don't trust them. Don't trust anything. I'm not even getting that bullied at school, and yes, at the same time, I never ever let my bag loose or out of my sight. And if I do, I hide it. Because you have to go to the canteen, which is kind of annoying. It's horrible. I mean, why does Zakuro deserve her books to entirely be defaced and ruined? It's sad. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I totally agree, because this could have been something that would really, really have put her in a bad situation, because, well, it's not as if she didn't do it. Yeah. Yeah, a rich girl wasn't going to get her way for once. Interesting. If this incident got out to the media, they are going to be very, very affected. So is Kimika, and maybe even Zakuro for conspiring as well. And this is probably the picture of the loosened chair. I wonder what the picture is, actually. I think it could be a little bit worse. I think it's potentially a nude photo. Or just something very, very sensitive. A scandal. Ha! Love it. Reasonable. That's actually really quite unusual. I wonder what was on the chair that when you touch it, something like, it was something that made the teacher really quite shocked. Maybe it was wet? I don't know. It's interesting that Kimika, it's as if she is using this as an opportunity to get herself in trouble. I wonder. Yeah, and it's as if it looks like she's doing it, yeah. But yeah, no, I see that. Kimika is so clever in terms of... No, yeah, Kimika is seriously clever in terms of how she wins this situation. She weaves it to her own advantage. Yeah, the fact that somebody did this to her. As if somebody set her up. I love that he thinks of that conclusion, even though it is so obvious that that's not the case. Interesting that she has that subtle signal to Zakudou there. Oh, okay. Kimika, how did you know? Agreed, yeah, it's a good question. What? Hang on a second, is that a skin irritant or what? Yeah, I figured they would probably try to do something to our desks, so I sprinkled calcium carbonate on them earlier. Calcium carbonate? Yeah. But the only thing is I don't really understand what this is going to do. She needs to explain. It's one of the ingredients they use to make chalk. It's so common in the classroom that no one even noticed. Or at least these idiots didn't. And I could see a handprint in the calcium carbonate, so I knew someone had touched our desks. That's really quite interesting, but the only thing is, I mean, it can't be something that's really quite obvious to see. I think it's something that's very, very subtle. She's good. Isn't it really quite funny that we have very, very chemical and, well, we have the geniuses in Subarashiki Hibi, like for example Kimika and Yuki. They always use chemicals to their advantage. We have Yuki for the fingerprints and to trace all of the fingerprints. Yeah, I do find it really interesting, all of the fingerprint misconception, if you ask me. I don't think it was Takuji who went into Yuki's house and brought Kimika's phone there. I thought it was... Actually, I don't know fully, because the other Takuji could have done it. I don't know if that's likely, but maybe there's... No, actually, no. No, it can't be. It was either Takuji or Kimika. And if it was Kimika, she obviously wiped the prints. And I could see a handprint in the calcium carbonate, so I knew someone had touched our desks. It's properly impressive. And you did that all just this morning. I just don't understand where she buys these things. Okay, to be fair, I have seen websites where you can get dangerous chemicals for cheap prices. They're legal, but yeah, it's a bit weird. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but yeah, no, I hope you get what I mean. That's probably where Kimika goes. I think you can buy lots of rocks and minerals on that website as well. Well, that's the thing, because people think she's a nerd. Kimika, you're really amazing. Why have you been bullied if you could do this? Yeah, always been bullied if you could do this.
だから、一方的にいじめられてたから、いろいろなこと妄想したり、ずっと調べたりしてたんだよ。実際、使う気なんてなかったんだけど。
It was actually because I got bullied that I imagined all the things I could do. I've been researching this stuff for years. I never thought I would actually do it. Like, God, that's unbelievable.
だったらなぜ?
I mean, she has been so bullied that she has had fantasies of what she could do to the bullies and probably just living in her head the most brutal way of completely torturing these people until they regret what they've done. And the tables turn. It's so sad, but yeah, it does kind of make sense. I can totally see where she's coming from. We all have fantasies where we just want to, I don't know, do something really bad or just imagine someone in a position that's worse than the position they're currently in. Stuff like that. Then why?
ザクロだよ。
Because of you.
え？私？
Yeah, me?
あんたを巻き込んだからっていうのがまず最初。
Because I dragged you into this.
人間って面白いものでさ、自分でやられてることってだんだん麻痺してきて、これがひどいことなのか普通のことなのかだんだん分かる。
I see that actually, yeah. Humans are funny creatures. When they're suffering, they start to go numb. After a while, they can't tell whether their experiences are terrible or if they're just going through the same stuff everyone else goes through.
ザクロを巻き込んでから初めて自分の状況を理解したんだ。ザクロを見て自分の姿を鏡で初めて見た感じ。
The first time I understood my situation was when you got dragged into this. Looking at you was like looking at myself in the mirror, I guess. Looking glass house.
そういうものなんだ。
So that's what it was.
さあね。他の人は知らないけど、私はそうだ。自分が置かれてる状況ってなんかよくわからないんだよね。怒るべきなのか、そうでないのか、全然。
Who knows? I can't speak for other people, but that's how it is for me. I can't really grasp my own situation. I can't tell if I should be upset about something or if I should just let it go. Not at all. I can totally see that, yeah.
それと、あんたのあの言葉。
And those lines you recited.
言葉？
Lines?
なんか言ってたじゃん。戯曲だっけ？
You said they were from a play or something.
シラの？
Siren.
そうそう。あんたはあの言葉で彼女たちに宣戦布告した。だったら参加しないわけにはいかないでしょ？
Yeah, now I see that. Doesn't justify anything about what you have done, but at the same time I can see what she's saying. Yeah, that. You declared war on them when you said that, and there's no way I could leave you to fight alone, you know? Yeah, good point. And she would be bullied so much more. Her bullying would return to how bad it was when, just before the massive incident that resulted in her having 2 months in hospital occurred. The bullying would go back to how it was before, and let's be honest, Tsubasa's in the picture now, so maybe it would be even worse. I'm just really scared about him. Actually, now that I think about it, he's going to suicide in a bit. But at the same time, what's going to happen to cause him to go up to the rooftop? That's what I'm scared about. Very, very scared about. So really, I dragged her into this. Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, if I'm going to be honest, I see this because if I'm going to be honest, all of this incident, it really just feels like Kimika's self-improvement route. I mean, obviously it's sick what she's doing, but at the same time, it is for that motive alone, self-improvement. She feels as if doing something like this is the one thing that will make her have peace with herself. She has all of these horrible people that have ruined her life in so many unthinkable ways. And now she gets to have revenge on them. I mean, it's so understandable. But at the same time, it could be the beginning of her decline. That's the scary thing. I mean, I kind of want to support her, but at the same time, I kind of want to just make her realise that she is making a mistake. I'm in two minds about it. I really am.
この戦いはいつか始めなきゃいけなかったこと。
Well, I disagree. I think she was, but the only thing is, Kimika always had this emotion. It was just Zakudo was the person who made her get over the boundary of not wanting to do it and not having the confidence to. She was always going to do this. It's just Zakudo gave her a head start. I had to fight this battle at some point. You weren't the one who got me into this. Kimika.
そういう意味ではザクロに感謝すらしてるよ。
Reasonable. As a result of Zakudo, she's been able to do things that she could never do before. Rising up against these bullies and being able to, in a way, bully them. Use their pathetic nature to completely just turn everything around and make these people lose their threats. Because the thing is, with people like Satoko, once they lose their threat, they're just nothing. They are absolutely nothing. Once they are the ones being threatened, they don't know what to do with themselves just because of how shit they are. Because all bullies are cowards, let's be honest.
そうなんだ。
Oh.
そういえば赤坂さんに見せた写真って何？
Oh, by the way, what was that picture you showed to Akasaka-san?
あれね。これよ。
Oh, that was, this. Oh, somebody's been doing a little bit of... Well, Kimika's been doing a little bit of stalking, but somebody's been doing a bit of illegal drugs. Yeah, no wonder this person's pocket money is spent instantly. You can't even keep 150 quid a month. If you save that, holy shit, you'd have 1,800 quid. That's insane. In a year. The image was really fuzzy. It was just a picture of a foreigner in the park at night handing something to Akasaka-san.
何これ？
What's this?
金渡して鍵もらってるのよ。
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. She's giving him money and he's giving her a key.
なんで？
But, yeah, why? I don't understand now.
その後指定の場所に彼女が行って
Ah, okay. Yeah,
そこ
yeah,
で薬を
reasonable.
もらう。それが次の写真。
She got totally stalked. That's so funny. After that, she went to a specified location and got the drug she paid for. That's the next picture.
コインロッカー？
Ah, coin locker.
小分けされたものがロッカーに入ってるわけよ。まあ昔みたいに気軽に売り買いができないからね。
If I'm going to be honest, I don't really understand a lot of this because it obviously looks dodgy if you were giving money to someone else who then has a key which they unlock. By putting drugs in public property, if anybody wants to steal anything in the coin locker, they could have the potential to accidentally find them. Maybe someone doesn't lock it properly, other people get the drugs. And the thing is, you're more likely to be caught. Oh, I get it now. You're more likely to be caught getting the drugs rather than the dealers putting them in. No, actually, I don't know. The thing is, I think with systems like these, I think they're really bad because it looks dodgy when you were paying money for a key. But then again, I suppose, firstly, dealers can deceive customers like this. But secondly, I suppose you can't necessarily prove that the method's dodgy unless you undergo stalking, let's be honest. But at the same time, could that stalking be legally justified because you're stalking somebody who is having a criminal intent? I don't know. I suppose you could say police surveillance is technical. It's just professional and legal stalking. So I don't know. But yeah, I just wonder. I just feel like a system like this is way more risky than handing drugs out. Because I suppose not only does the dealer have an opportunity to get caught when handing the key, but also when putting all of the suspicious stuff in the locker. Yeah, they divide the drugs up and put a bit in each locker. They can't sell it casually like they used to. God. Isn't that interesting? I mean, these bullies are properly flawed people. They are awful in every single aspect. And Kimika is getting the most she can to get her back on her. Because let's be honest, this is the great thing about people like this. They're easy to get their... It's easy for somebody to get their back on them because of the fact that there's a lot to notice. There is an absolute ton of information and dirt that they could dig up that would obviously not be in their favour. It's brilliant for Kimika, not for Megu. So she really was buying drugs. Yeah, 100%. Ridiculously stupid Kimika expression number 3. If I wanted to, I could just send these pictures to the police, but what's the fun in that? Let's be honest here. You have the pictures, taunt Megu as much as possible, make her feel as threatened as possible. Give her only a fraction of the bullying that she has given you. If I could get evidence on all of them, that would be perfect. If they weren't all arrested, then, well, yeah, she would be screwed. What would happen? Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, fair. They will probably try to kill me. If I send this to the police, that's it. I have no more ace up my sleeve. Yeah, I see that. What the fuck? Really? I mean, he smokes, but drugs as well. Ooh, that's dodgy. Hang on a second, so why isn't it the case that Megu and Satoko, they're probably really, really subtle about it, and nobody knows? That's dodgy though, what? The truth can sometimes... What was it that Kimika said? No, actually, that's not relevant. A smile can hurt more than a fist. Yeah. Words can hurt more than fists here. The rumours say that people dealing drugs in this school are Akasaka's boyfriend Shiroyama, Numada, Nishimura and Inuma, as well as Mamiya Takuji. Yeah. That's dodgy. That is fucking dodgy. Now it explains his drowsiness because he takes drugs. And that's probably just because of his stress and just the general unhappiness that he has on in his life, and maybe he's succumbed to a drug addiction as a result of that. But the only thing is, I mean, somebody who's really, really fixated on books, I never would have thought they would be the type of people to deal drugs. I'm seriously surprised. Oh, that's really weird, because isn't it interesting that Takuji is just being totally grouped up with the lowlifes? Also, I'm very, very surprised that Tomo-sane isn't mentioned here. I don't think Kimika would try to distort the truth so that something else could happen. But I find it surprising that Tomo-sane isn't there, because we have heard stuff about his drug dealing. Oh god, this is bad. I don't know what's going to happen here, but it's not going to be good. But of course. Also, she said about her brain problems potentially, and I don't know, just medication, and the fact that she knows a lot of ingredients from medication just because of how much she's had. I don't know if it's... I remember her saying that she's autistic, but maybe drug-related things as well. No, not drug-related things. Sorry, brain-related things. I swear I heard something about that before. I can't remember, though. I don't know. I'm not saying autism is a brain damage thing. I'm saying brain damage other than well, no, brain damage, not autism, but other forms of no. How do I say this without making it sound like autism is a type of brain damage, which it isn't? Okay, autism medication and also potential medication for brain damage. There we are. That's all I needed to say. I remember her saying that there were things wrong with her brain. Yeah, and it's so interesting, this. They are going through the same stuff that quite a few people go through, but at the same time, it's never the same. That's a bullshit mindset. People are different. There is not one person in this world who is the same. There are people that are similar, but no one who is the same. There is no such thing as a similar experience. They may have similar causes, sure. Like, for example, somebody could break a bone. So many people have done that. But at the same time, I mean, it's not the same. It's all different depending on the person. That's my opinion, at least. God, this water tastes dodgy. I'm not having any more of this. Yeah, but that's interesting. She didn't really understand what was going on with her, whether this was something to be very, very concerned about, or if it was just something to take in her stride because of the fact that everyone else experiences it. But then she realised just how truly awful it was when Zakudor joined, and she understood how horrible this bullying was. When you see somebody who is so vulnerable and so kind completely ruined by awful scums of the earth. Yeah, no, I totally see that. But I find it really interesting that Kimika has found it very hard to grasp her situation. But I can totally see this because at the same time, because at one time she is being totally bullied and everything is being ruined. And I mean, these bullies are quite literally making her, well, she's been sexually assaulted multiple times and also physically assaulted and verbally assaulted and like just anything that could be done has been done to her. She couldn't really tell what she should do in this situation, whether she should stand up to the bullies, whether she should just keep giving into the bullying so that Zakudor could be saved. But no, that's wrong. And now she's finally understood her situation, and also Zakudor kind of already declared war on them anyway, so she might as well join the fun. Well, she's fighting for her life, but okay. It was inevitable. Hmm. Yeah, you have to play your cards right. You have to assume that they are going to be arrested. If I'm going to be honest, I think Takuji's hidey hole is the best place for people like Kimika to go if she has the risk of being arrested. By the way, I just thought of something. Where did Numata go in It's My Own Invention? I swear he vanished after Shiroyama did as well. That's actually a really unusual thought. I wonder what happened to him. What about Inuma as well? I haven't seen him. Oh, that's really odd. I do wonder where they went. Because I swear I don't remember seeing them in any of the scenes. Or maybe they were just less significant people who were brainwashed by Takuji. Or maybe they weren't brainwashed by Takuji and they were just too scared to do anything to him. So that's why we haven't seen them. Or maybe there's something really odd that's happened to them. Who knows? Yeah, so this is a trump card that she has, but it's a trump card assuming that they get arrested. If it doesn't, if they don't get arrested, it's one of the worst things possible. Mamiya-kun? What the fuck? Huh? What? Okay, so you're telling me that the same person who has completely traumatized, the same people who have completely traumatized Takuji is the one that he is the leader of the friend group of. What the fuck? What? What? I don't understand this whatsoever. What? The leader. Mamiya-kun is their leader. I don't understand this because even if they had an interest that was common, i.e. dealing drugs, I don't really understand why someone so intellectual and thoughtful would hang out with people that are this much of scums. The leader. Mamiya-kun is their leader. Yeah, actually, this is just rumour, to be fair. Yeah, I think this is a completely false rumour she's seen. Or maybe there is something we don't realise and Takuji is actually a drug dealer, I don't know. Or he buys drugs. Yeah, this is very dodgy. Yeah, well, I've only heard rumours though. I'm not actually sure just how much Mamiya Takuji is related to the rest of them. I heard he was being bullied too. I know, I just don't really understand how people who have done things that are so inexplicably awful that Takuji, he'd have a rightful reason to kill them for it and disgrace their corpses for it as well. Let's just make it even worse than it already is. Yeah, but still, he has had something so awful to happen to him. I don't get why he would then hang out with these people, and this is an entire contradiction from the Takuji we know as well. Who started the rumour? That's my question. And obviously, while we're at it, was it based on truth? Exactly, yeah. He's the leader, but he's being bullied. Isn't that the complete opposite? That's actually really interesting. Maybe it's as if there are two different personalities of Takuji. One personality is the leader and then the other one is bullied by these same people. And maybe these friends, this friend group has realised it. Actually, they're not even friends. They're just lowlifes, all of them. They just hang out because they're lowlifes. They don't actually hang out because they're friends, I think. They have no loyalty. They don't know what loyalty means. I think that's why, though, these people are properly horrible. That's probably what they do. They probably want to always have revenge on the leader just because of the fact that he's weak. So as a result of that, that's what he does. Like I said, he's an enigma. Wait, what's the exact definition of enigma? Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, a person or thing that is mysterious or difficult to understand. That fully sounds like Takuji. Genuinely 100%. Odd. Well, I don't know. Is Zakudou going to suicide? That's my question. It really depends. He might end up being one of our enemies too. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, no, he totally played dumb. Yeah, and isn't that interesting? This school always covers up any incidents that happen. You saw how the teacher reacted just now, didn't you? Yeah. The teacher? You mean the physics teacher? He pretended like he didn't understand that we were being bullied. Agreed, yeah. I just think it's so sick to think about the fact that these people have such horrible lives because of the fact that they have bullying. If these teachers actually got up off their asses, the amount of suffering that could have been prevented, it's just unimaginable. And yet at the same time, the only reason this suffering continues is because not only some of the bullies are more threatening than the teachers, like Tsubasa, and obviously more physically superior as well, but also because of the fact that, well, I suppose it's just because they're incompetent. For example, Senagawa. I mean, look at how much bullying has happened as a result of Senagawa. Somebody has been hospitalised for 2 months as a result of her. It's just insane how these people continue. It's so morally incorrect. He pretended like he didn't understand that we were being bullied. It's probably not convenient for them to admit there's a bullying problem here. Yeah, I agree. I see. Oh yeah, agreed. Yeah. Senagawa's a fucking shit, and yeah, I don't think a teacher who has as weak of a conviction for herself as Kiyokawa, I don't think she'll be of any use. Okay, to be fair, Kiyokawa isn't a paedophile here, but yeah. Well, not a paedophile. She's not actually a paedophile, she's a sexual offender. But I would want to call her a pedo. I don't know if that's the correct definition for one, though, but what I want to say, she's someone who is borderline, not borderline, she is criminal sexually. She is, if anything, she's actually the worst. No, I don't know. Her and Takuji in episode 3, they're the worst sexual criminals that we've seen so far, I think. No, actually Nishimura and Numada as well. God, I don't want to imagine what people like Numada has done. I mean, he deals drugs. Yeah, I don't know what he does to people he loses to. That is what scares me. Wait, no, actually, he did it out of peer pressure because of Nishimura doing it, so what I'm trying to say is even though he has such a weak moral compass that he agreed to do it, I don't think it would be the case that he would have done that out of his own volition, really. It takes someone else to make him do something like that. Yeah. Gosh, an incredibly ugly subject. I shouldn't be talking about this, to be honest. I don't really want to talk about it much anymore. I'm just really getting sidetracked. Yeah. Well, to be honest, my school does this as well sometimes. And isn't it ironic that they always cover up bullying only in serious scandals, it feels? Because I was hospitalised in school and they completely covered it up. Completely. How would she know? Because I told her directly. Interesting. Oh, you actually told Senagawa Sensei? I don't know. I'm a bit scared. I told her Akasaka and Kitami were bullying me. What do you think she did when she heard that? I don't know. What happened? What a fucking idiot. Yeah, and isn't that an ironic line? I checked with Akasaka-san and Kitami-san and they said nothing of the sort was happening. Well, they're two-faced bitches. Of course they're not going to say that things like those are happening. You were a kid years ago, so don't use logic that's even worse than logic kids like Kimika have. By the way, can I just say that Kimika doesn't have bad logic? I'm just saying that Senagawa's logic is so bad that Kimika's logic is just significantly better than hers, even though she's an adult. Yeah, no, I don't blame her. I would. I know! I totally agree. Yeah. She asked the perpetrators if they had done anything and they said no. Is she really that fucking stupid? No, she's lazy. She is lazy. She's just lazy. She doesn't care at all. Yeah, maybe look at it from the perspective of the victim. God, I mean, these people were insane. I don't think you could have a worse teacher in terms of doing stuff about this. But as a result of her incompetency, people have suffered so much. Look at Kimika. Look at how much abuse she has suffered. It's just sick. So that's what happened. And of course, nothing happened when I told her it was getting worse. I really started to wonder if I should just kill myself and get it over. And that's absolutely insane. I mean, if you're thinking that there is a teacher that is so incompetent that someone like this, something like this could be something that she genuinely wants to do and yet she doesn't care. Your student is at risk of suicide and yet you can't even be bothered to do your job. I mean, that just properly shows it. Properly. She didn't. Yeah, but you didn't. God, and I mean, to think about the fact that maybe Sakura, by the way, can I just mention, she's probably saved Kimika's life here. But, yeah, it would have been stupid for me to kill myself after seeing you being bullied too. But this is just unbelievable. I mean, if her bullying is so bad that she's actually contemplating suicide, oh, I think that deserves a little bit more than an angry email to the school. No, it deserves this person getting fired from her fucking job and Kimika getting the proper support she needs. Yeah, because without Kimika being the guard for Zakuro, she would be bullied just as much as she was. By ending her life, she is kind of putting that suffering onto that other person.
全く納得できなくなったっつうこと。
Looking at it from afar, I had to think, why should the person who's suffering die while they get to go on their lives like nothing happened? I couldn't stand it.
ああ、なるほど。
Interesting. Oh, I see.
だいたいさ、法律が守ってくれるでしょ。私たちみたいに
You
若い
know a
人間は
situation
さ、
is bad if people are saying this. After all, the law will protect us since we're young.
だから殺されるぐらいなら相手を殺す。そういう考えに至った。
This is the really, really sad thing. And I mean, I get the fact that Kimika's obviously come to terms with all of the bullying that she's had, and now as a result of it she wants revenge. But the only thing is, this is the thing. Firstly, these are absolutely horrible people. So the only means of the only way violence can end is with more violence. But she doesn't realise that this is just going to cause more violence. It's, maybe you could say it's not really exponentially growing, an exponential growth. A cycle of exponential growth, this bullying here, but at the same time it's going to grow at an increasing rate, the violence that happens from both sides, can I just mention? Definitely from both sides. It is as if it's a war. But yeah, this is the horrible thing, because I mean, I get that Kimika has got to terms with her bullying and she's not letting it affect herself. She's not going to want to kill herself because she has finally come to terms with it. But at the same time, it's just so sad that she's experienced so much suffering that she defies. I mean, this is not morally right what she's doing, but at the same time, she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't even care what happens to her. The law will protect us. Do you know that? What if it doesn't? Yeah, it's just very, very reckless, but it's just interesting. She will do anything to get revenge. Anything. I can see why. I can totally understand it, but I think it's so sad that this is leading her to delinquency. If it's so bad that I would kill myself, I might as well kill them instead. That's a conclusion I came to. But that's interesting. I mean, if you might as well kill them instead, well, a lot of people ask what worth is somebody's life if they kill someone else and they take another life. Oh yeah. She's very, very violent. She is your mad scientist, psychopathic killer. I mean, Kimika's not psychopathic, but she could very easily be. She could sorry. She could very easily become psychopathic. I never knew you were thinking about anything like that. Well, it's not like I've talked to you about it. No, reasonable. Yeah. She's properly... It's a tragic character development, Kimika's. But at the same time, it's really, really respectable. I feel like that respect may be lost a little. But no, actually, no. I think I can completely justify what Kimika's doing. She is feeling that there is a need to have self-defense because of how dangerous these bullies are. She may be heading to a path of delinquency, but at the same time, it can be justified with self-defense. And this is technically self-defense. So she may be bringing... But the only thing is she's bringing in illegal weapons. And I don't know how that would go down. I don't really know much about that sector of law, but... I don't know. But you were prepared to go that far. I couldn't do that at all. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, don't worry about it. That's just your personality. You should just keep living your life, oblivious to the rest of us. Yeah. I like that. What do you mean by oblivious? You're always spacing out. Especially lately. That's... Somebody's red in the face. Yeah.
だからできたらこれでビビって沈静化してくれるといいんだけど。
Well, putting that aside, these pictures are our only trump card. If possible, I'd like to end this whole mess with just these.
そうなるんじゃ
I
ない
hope
か
she
な。
can, but at the same time, she's got to be incredibly careful. She is playing with fire here. Do you think we'll be able to?
いや、それは望み薄かな。
Yeah, agreed. And she has a boyfriend who is very, very physically strong.
このままってわけじゃいかないだろうな。
No, it probably won't be that simple. Akasaka has too much pride just to let us go. We'll have to do something else.
そうか。
Oh. Ah.
どうしたの？
Shit, what is it? Is it Takuji? Or is it Yuki? Sorry, Tomosane? Or is it... I don't know. Tsubasa. Is he going to finally come into the picture? If it's something scary enough to make Kimika worried, it's big. Whatever it is. Isn't that interesting? Zakuro is really quite surprised about the fact that Kimika has been affected by this so much that she feels as if she wants to kill herself. But yeah, it's just interesting that Kimika feels Zakuro is so oblivious to everything. It does make sense though. I mean, she's being seriously bullied, and yet at the same time, I don't know, Zakuro is really odd because I think she takes so much comfort in her fiction and all of her books and she's too innocent as well, and she's just such a relaxed and peaceful and kind person, so much so that she doesn't let... No, she does let the bullying affect her, but at the same time, she can view it with an incredibly mature and neutral outlook, if anything. I mean, look at the hospital incident, for example. You have an injury for 2 months, and yet at the same time now you can just brush over it, and you can think about the fact that you're happy it happened because of the fact that the bullying ended after that. I mean, yeah, it's just interesting that it doesn't really affect her too. No, it does affect her, though. It does affect her, so it's kind of tricky. Yeah, and Zakuro... No, wait, I'm misinterpreting this. Zakuro can't go that far because of the fact that she just simply doesn't have the capacity to. She's weak, and that's why she's bullied. And that's why she's such a good target. And that's also why people like Kimika are such good targets as well. Because they have the potential to go really, really far, and yet they are just constantly being tested by the bullies. Constantly. Will they give in, or will they not? She should keep living her life. I do wonder what they're going to do. I really do. Yeah, what is wrong? What has Kimika seen? Crap, it was a trap. Oh.
お、いたいた。こんな場所にいたよ。
Hang on a second, what was a trap? I thought he was going to be here soon. Right, I don't know how the fuck they're going to get away from this guy, but... Pepper spray! There we are, boom. Get to this guy. Somehow manipulate him, I don't know how, but pepper spray is their best friend. But the only real problem about this is the fact that they have no weapons at the moment, apart from the pepper spray. I think. Yeah. let me just get the beginning of this scene. So yeah, Zakuro and Kimika go out of the classroom after the chair incident, but the chair incident is a trap to make it so that they are out of class together, and then as a result of that, Tsubasa can come and get them. So that's very interesting. So this would it would pan out in both ways to their advantage. It would either be something that was really positive because of the fact that obviously Zakuro would be publicly humiliated, or it could be negative and yet still at the same time have a positive outlook for Megu and Satoko. Oh, there they are. So that's where you've been hiding. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, this is even more bad now. Hang on, I'm so confused. Wait. Drug dealer. I don't understand why he's called Numada, and yet his dialogue name calls himself Ida. Weird. I don't understand that. Oh wow, they were really walking around the halls during class. Yeah. What is it? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. If it isn't Takashima Zakuro and Tachibana Kimika. Good. What do you want? No. Just no. No. Never ever listen to these people. Oh, nothing. We just want to talk to you. How about you two come with us for a while? What? And get, let's be honest, raped by Nishimura? How do you explain this if you don't think that he wants to do something horrible? Oh, yeah, good one. Try it on. Yeah, don't you think we could talk here? Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm actually surprised he gave in to that. So what do you want with us? No, never give in. You know from Megu and Satoko how to deal with these people. Like Kimika said, this is fucking war. You deal with it appropriately. No, don't fucking follow them. What? Well then. Oh. Kimika covered my eyes with her hand. What's why? The next moment. Pepper spray. Oh, you fucking genius. Get it in their eyes. Make them fucking blind. Let's be honest, they were probably going to rape them, so yeah. Do that. It's better than that happening. What? Pepper spray is their only friend. Zakuro. Eh? Oh, sure. Ha! Yeah! I'm gonna be honest. I think go to Takuji's hut. No, go to his hideout. These people can't exactly see. They can't see where you are. That is the most hidden and secluded place in the school. Don't go to any of the band rooftops because these people know where they are. I genuinely think Takuji's hideout could be good here. Yeah, Kimika grabbed my hand and took off running. Kill yourself. Damn it, get the hell back here. What was that? Oh, right. Never mind then. Okay, I see. That makes sense. That was the weapon we saw her with when Yuki had first talked to Kimika. God, there was a xenon flashlight. Isn't it really funny that we saw Kimika from the perspective of a total psychopath the first time we saw her? It was a xenon flashlight. What's that? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. She used it with Yuki for that exact purpose as well. Well, you just need to know that it's a really bright kind of flashlight. It won't blind someone permanently, but it will mess with their vision if they look directly at it. Yeah. It's perfect for running away. You bitch. Well, you can't exactly talk. Oh shit, just use it again. Oh, okay, never mind. I would have used the flashlight again. Kimika pulled my hand and ran. Yeah, ran, genuinely. Take this. Oh my god. Is it gas? Or is it the bacteria colony? Which obviously is a really bad skin irritant. Kimika threw something that looked like a test tube at them. I wonder... Oh, wow. God, these people deserve it. It must have been really thin glass, since it broke instantly when it hit one of them. God, it's so deserved. The fuck is this shit? God damn, it smells like shit. Whoa, what the fuck is this? Isn't that a drug? I swear it is. I don't know what it is, I can't find it. Oh, wait, I see. So natto is a traditional Japanese food made from fermented soybeans. It has an ammonia-like smell. Oh, what the fuck is this, natto?
Natto?
Oh, I can oh my god, I love this though. This is a total distraction. So not only are their noses being disgusted, but they can't even see anything. So not only have we had physical warfare, but we've had chemical warfare as well. Well, to be fair, she hasn't actually fought physically, but still. Yeah. Good. Well, you're rotten people, you deserve it. It probably is natto. It looks like rotten natto. Why do you care? Well, because she's kind, but yeah, what was that? Will they be alright? It'll be fine. They won't die from it. Yeah, I'm really interested. What was it? But they were yelling. Was that poison? It's not poison. It's just bacillus natto. Natto? Kimika really concerns me. Isn't it interesting, just all of this hatred and all of these ways of thinking about the ways, all of the time spent by Kimika just thinking about the ways she can kill these bullies and she can just do anything that would mean exerting her revenge on them. It's just interesting how it all comes together. Yeah, it's just a sticky liquid made from cultured natto bacteria. But those bacteria are really amazing. They're super resistant to heat, salinity, and antibiotics. I see. What do you mean? What? Once they're on your clothes, it's over. Even if you wash your clothes in boiling water for 2 hours, the bacteria won't die. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'd never get in a fight with Kimika. Please. If Subarashiki Hibi characters ever become real. God, even ultraviolet rays can't kill them. And benzalkonium chloride won't do anything. What is that? can't really find much, to be honest. So it's a very powerful chemical that has a lot of antimicrobial activity. Wow. God, that is properly impressive. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that they know, Tsubasa's crowd, they know about this weapon? I really do wonder if it's something that could potentially have been used within, I don't know, any of the places that they deal drugs in, or something evil like that. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, seriously. Kimika really does know a lot about this stuff. She keeps saying words I've never heard of before. Kimika could be a bloody mad scientist. She really, really could be. God. Okay, this is something that I couldn't imagine somebody like Kimika in, I don't know, for example, Unit 731. I mean, Jesus Christ, with levels of knowledge like this, it would scare me to think about what she would do in a place like that. Well, I mean, she'd have a moral conscience. She has moral conscience, so of course she wouldn't be psychotic enough to work in a place as evil as that, but yeah. If she didn't, I would be very, very fearful. Anyway, it's really amazing, isn't it? Totally, yeah. 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 And I used the bulb from a fluorescent lamp. You're a genius. Wow. God, I just find it so... She must have a lot of fun doing this, I can't deny. It's very, very creative. Yeah. And I used the bulb from a fluorescent lamp so it would break easily. I even cut notches into the bulb and heated it up so it would break even easier. But to be fair, I do see what she means. She needs 100% possibility of this breaking just so that she would be fully able to escape. How many weapons does she have now, though? That's my question. Kimika kept explaining as she ran. That's probably why... Oh, no. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, why they were so taken back by how much they've ran that they've quite literally exited the school. Cool. God, they seem properly tired. God. Can we take a break, Zakuro? Oh, sure. She ran out of stamina around the time we passed through the school's front gate. I don't blame her. Zakuro, you're a pretty fast runner. Why don't you join the track and field club? You think so? Oh my god, if that doesn't show how slow Kimika is, Jesus Christ. I feel bad for her. She's trying so hard to improve her speed, and yet it's totally futile, let's be honest here. That can't be true. I'm the 4th slowest runner in our class.
疲れた。あ、でもザクロの荷物持ってきてなかった。
Oh no, that's really bad. Fuck. Oh no, does she have anything that's potentially sensitive in there? Huh, I'm pooped. Dude, she said tsukareta. Just say I'm tired. Don't use such ridiculous slang like that. I hate that. Oh, we forgot to grab your stuff.
大丈夫だよ。教科書とかすでにビ
Good.
リビリに破られてたから。
I think that's so sick that they've ruined her textbooks.
さすがにロッカーのものは鍵かかってるから大丈夫だと思うけど。
They've probably just done that with complete revenge. They just think, oh wow, we're so pathetic. Is there anything we can do apart from ruining the textbooks of somebody who doesn't even... Well, just because we can. Yeah, it's horrible. It'll be okay. My textbooks are already ruined and I have a lock on all of the stuff in my locker. Yeah. All of the stuff should be okay. It's really, really good that she put it in a locker because this could be a very significant problem if she didn't. Oh my god, that's hilarious. You know, I can open a school locker in a few seconds. That's hardly even a lock. If I'm going to be honest, I think Kimika would make a brilliant criminal. But she's too good of a person to become a criminal. If I'm going to be honest, she's having to basically be borderline illegal here. Just so that she can live a safe and happy life without these bullies here. I so hope that people like Megu and Satoko are arrested and the world is shown for who they truly are. Isn't it funny that her dad's on the board of directors as well? Megu has done so much stuff to ruin people's lives, and yet, because of that one fact, she's always got away with it. No, I disagree. All of those other people were criminals, especially people like Tsubasa. But you're the only one who can do that. There's no way they could manage to do it. Wow. I'm surprised. They can do it in half a second with a crowbar. I heard you can even open safes with a good crowbar. They can't know. No. I see. Still, it'll be fine. We can't really go back for it now anyway. But what are we going to do tomorrow? I know, school's going to get more and more difficult for them the more they go and progress, because this is war. War doesn't just stop, it continues until it forcefully has to end. Or a peace treaty is signed, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen here, no way. But what are we going to do tomorrow? It will probably be oh my fucking god, I can't read, dude. But what are we going to do tomorrow? It will pretty much be the same whether we go back now or wait until tomorrow. They shouldn't, no. Yeah, completely. No, we really shouldn't go back now. Doesn't it smell really bad in the hallway right now? By the way, can I just say I think Zakudor's stuff is safe because firstly, how do people know which locker number corresponds to Zakudor's? And secondly, would they be seen if they had a crowbar? And also, where are the lockers stored? Because maybe boys have their lockers in one area and girls have their lockers in another one. What I'm trying to say is maybe it could look weird if some boys who wanted to do it, i.e. Tsubasa's crowd, tried to do it. I don't know. Well, I guess so. Yeah, I agree. If we're wandering around the halls, the teachers might figure out it was us.
まあそうだけど。
I guess.
とりあえず教科書のコピー取らせてくれるかな。教科書なきゃ授業自体受けられないし。
Anyway, do you mind if I photocopy your textbooks? Without a text... Yeah, no, totally. Without a textbook, I can't even go to class. I wonder how academic and how much Kimika actually tries in school. How academic she is and how much she tries.
そんなことならお安いご用だけど、ロッカーのものを取りに行かなくて本当にいいの？
Don't mind at all, but you really don't need to get anything out of your locker. Yeah, I mean, obviously Kimika has the best intents in the world, but at the same time, they really could be falling into a trap. And I don't get why somebody as intelligent as Kimika is probably falling for this. But then again, I mean, if there is something very important that Zakuro needs from her locker, it's worth it. If it's very important.
購買部で確か教科書とか頼めるはずだから。
Yeah, fair. Now I can order more textbooks at school if I need to.
そっか。わかったよ。
Yeah, this is the worst thing. I mean, their school is so unsafe that if they go back, they could have potential risks that may affect their lives. Oh, alright, gotcha. Oh, they're going out now. Oh.
What?
Oh, that was not what I was expecting. Which Takuji?
間宮君。
Mamiya-kun.
誰だ？
He doesn't look very happy. Who are you?
また忘れたんですか？高島です。高島ザクロ。
You forgot again. Takashima Zakuro. I'm Takashima Zakuro.
高島ザクロ。ザクロ。
What the fuck is his face? I don't understand why he's in such a different character. Takashima Zakuro. Zakuro.
本当に覚えてません？ 本とかお借りして。
This is so weird. He looks properly threatening. Can I just mention that? Jesus Christ, so you're making it so that Takuji is already ridiculously multiple. He is already a person with a ridiculous amount of sides to him. What this story is now doing, it's adding even more sides to a person who already has ridiculous amounts of sides to him and just individual personalities. This is really weird. Look at how soulless his eyes look and how intimidating they look as well. They do not look like they would be the eyes of somebody who is kind or anything. This looks like the eyes of somebody who would be dealing drugs, if you ask me. Maybe there's a third personality of Takuji, who knows? Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah. I get a really bad vibe from this scene. A really bad vibe. I just think it's so sick to think about the fact that people have defaced her textbooks. What has she done to deserve that? And she's obviously going to have to buy more. Why should she have to spend her own money just because of other people being like this? Look at how threatening this is.
誰だ
Yeah, it really, really sounds nothing but hostile. She sounds quite pissed
ま
off.
た忘れたんですか。高島です。高島ザクロ。
You really don't remember? You lent me one of your books.
おう本というとはあなるほど思い出したというか理解した
This is unusual. A book. Now that you mention it. Oh, right, I remember. Or I guess I should say I understand.
高島ザクロ一度俺が服盗んだのを返しに行ったことがあるやつか
The fuck is he saying this? Why is he saying what? I just don't understand why these Takuji sprites look. They don't look like the really, really shy and timid Takuji who's a degenerate. They look like the Takuji sprites that are ideal to him. These are the same sprites as the person who was ideal and who was the most attractive and charismatic person. Yeah. It's interesting. So, even though he can't remember anything about what's going on, he remembers the trauma. Isn't that ironic?
マミヤタクジくんだっけ。
Mamiya Takuji, was it?
服盗んだって。
This
何
is
ですか。
incredibly ugly. What do you mean stole? Yeah, no, totally.
何って何が聞きたい
I'm not sure what you mean. What are you asking me?
それってやっぱりあなたもザクロをいじめているってこと。
No, he was forced to. Does that mean you were bullying Zakuro too?
あ、それは違くて、キミカ。
Oh, no, that's not it. Kimika.
どうでもいいけどなんだかたくさん持ってるんだな
Jesus. His expressions just look so wrong. If anything, I don't think I've seen a more evil expression on a character ever. Or for a very long time at least. Not that I care, but you really do have a lot of those, don't you? Oh no, what? You.
何を。
What are you talking about?
カバンから引き抜くのならカバンを持つ手と獲物を持つ手を考えて選択した方がいい
You should think a little harder about which hand you're using to hold the bag and which hand you're using to pull something out. Why are you?
マミヤくん。
Mamiya-kun. She struck out. But he easily avoided it. You are really, really fighting the wrong person here.
考えたの
He will be better than anybody ever could
素
ever.
人相手なら間合いは測られないだろ
He is better than anyone can ever be. Let's be honest here. He even reigns superiority over Tsubasa. That's saying something. I mean, you are really, really barking up the wrong tree here. If Kimika's weapons can't even defeat Takuji here, yeah. Why is she so easily using violence as well? This is a really bad plan. Simultaneously expending the baton and striking with it. That's what I thought. Well, an amateur wouldn't be able to dodge that, but... God, look at Kimika. Wow. She has a baton as well. I think that's really quite funny. What a weird sprite, though. Oh, shit. What's happening now?
キミカ何やってるの。
Jesus.
マミヤくんは敵じゃないんだ
He's
よ。
dodging all of them. But why is Kimika doing this? I mean, I get that obviously... Well, no, that's the thing. Kimika believes that Takuji has totally manipulated Zakuro, so she's giving him a piece of her mind. This is the thing. Violence, even though it's something that she's always had brewing up inside her, it just leads to more unnecessary violence. Kimika, what are you doing? Mamiya-kun isn't our enemy.
今服盗んだって言ってたじゃない。こいつはグルなんでしょ。白山たちの。
Isn't it interesting that he doesn't even care? He doesn't even care about explaining himself. He just said he stole your clothes. He's one of Shiroyama's cronies.
めんどくせえな
What a pain. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he would destroy Kimika. Oh. Jesus. And isn't it interesting to think about the fact that even though Zakuro has had such a connection develop with Takuji, it's as if it has never even existed. He doesn't even remember her name. I just find it so odd, his personality. I really, really do. Oh, let go. Yeah, this is the horrible thing. Because of the fact that Mamiya's mind is so insanely damaged, he doesn't know any significance about why Zakuro should be somebody he cares about. Zakuro cares so much about someone who could never care about him back. Cyrano de Bergerac. That's seriously the reference that is being made. All throughout this chapter, honestly. Mamiya-kun, don't. She didn't mean to do that. Yeah. He's got a point. I don't see how you could accidentally whip out a baton and try to hit someone with it. Don't touch me in weird... What? Weird places. Oh God! Jesus Christ! Well, she seems very proud and as if she has a lot of pride because of this. Right, okay then, Takuji. Dude, these people were probably made to have big ones, you know what I mean? Yeah, or at least there's specific emphasis on size. Really aren't. God. Oh man! That's so good. Are you fucking stupid? Those girls are practically made in Photoshop. No one actually looks like that. No, that's a bit of a stretch, Kimika. I feel so bad for Zakuro. This must hurt her so much. Whatever you say. You let her go. Yeah, but that just shows the amount of threat that he poses. Never ever mess with this person. It wasn't Zakuro. Zakuro's been doing anything but this. And it's interesting that Takuji doesn't see that. He has no kindness or mercy here. He just feels, maybe it's as if he feels everyone is out to get him. So then, what do you want? Why did you two show up and suddenly start attacking me? Yeah, it was just a total coincidence that these two have met. Well, these three, but still. Yeah, you're misunderstanding. That's not what this is about. Is he? Really? Yeah, but no. From what has been said about Zakuro here, it really does seem as if Takuji's just totally deceiving Zakuro for his lust. And obviously, if you then went into Takuji's hideout and you saw all of the mad writings, you could obviously make the conclusion that he is a perv and that's why he was trying to get with Zakuro. So you could very easily give the wrong conclusion about Takuji. And especially if you don't understand his personality, which even I don't, but yeah. It's because you're deceiving Zakuro. Deceiving? That's right. You're one of Shiroyama's goons, but you keep saying nice things to Zakuro. What are you trying to put? God, it's unbelievable this. I mean, my God. To think about the fact that this is the person who once loved you. Isn't it ironic? Meet Takuji in the wrong place at the wrong time and you have your heart completely crushed. He can only be met on the rooftop. By Zakuro, you mean this girl here? Yeah, the one with XYZ. Oh god, this is the really, really awful thing. He's totally discovered a weak point with Kimika, and as a result of that, he is just constantly using that to distract her and embarrass and humiliate her so that the actual issue she's talking about can't be talked about. Isn't it interesting? Such a skilled manipulatory technique is being used by him. It shows that he has a lot of experience, I think. What did you just say? What, Mamiya-kun? You can't say that. No, she won't. If anything, I think he will. I'll kill you. I'll put you 10 fucking feet under. I love that. Dude, do you fucking know how strong Takuji is? Yeah. This is where things like these, they just get unacceptable. But this is how far she would go for Zakuro. It really, really is. Kimika, that's a knife. You're an idiot. You are an actual idiot.
なんだこいつ。おい、高島。なんなんだこれ。
Yeah, and this is the worst thing now. He can manipulate her as the person who potentially loves him. What's wrong with you? Hey, Takashima, what's going on here? This is a misunderstanding. Kimika, stop. Yeah, but she's so drawn by her feelings of love that she can't realise just the true level of... I don't think it's manipulation. I think it's... If I'm going to be honest, I think it's multiple personalities, but... Yeah, I just don't see how a person can have this many sides to them. I really don't. This is a misunderstanding. Kimika, stop.
お前、こいつの仲間じゃないのか。
Isn't she your... Oh no, isn't she your friend? Take this and this, you little...
どうでもいいけどお前、いいナイフ持ってるな。
God, and everything that Kimika is trying her hardest to do. It's not it's not in any way, shape or form having any damage to Takuji. He's not even scared of her. That's the thing. Even though Kimika is fighting with her life. It's not that I really care, but that is a very nice knife. What is it? It's the famous extreme ratio BF2 tactical Tanto even. And you don't you forget it. Extreme ratio. Oh god. What a random name for a knife. I really wonder who made this name and where their basis was for coming up with such an odd name. And don't you forget it! Oh shit, what's this? Did he take the knife? Yeah, he did, I thought so. Oh wow, this is really cool. She didn't even notice the fact that Takuji stole the knife. Wow. Where's my knife? Interesting, that. Also, something that's really quite ironic. If this ties to the events of It's My Own Invention, how is it the case that... How is it the case that she has her knife back? I really do wonder. This is too dangerous for you. I'll be confiscating it. That is a real disadvantage. The thing is, this person is completely merciless. He doesn't care. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't get why he should. This is a person who... Firstly, Takuji doesn't really understand how he's manipulated Kimika, Zakuro whatsoever. And secondly, he doesn't even care. Thirdly, he doesn't know what he's done. And fourthly, well, it's the case that he's being randomly attacked by somebody he doesn't even know. But the only thing is, this Takuji is different to any other one we've seen. He is a total lowlife and delinquent, so I'd assume that he's used to things like this happening. Obviously, why would you care about the feelings of somebody who is attacking you? And especially, why would you do it if you were somebody like Takuji?
Oh, really?
What a strange woman. Why would you buy a knife?
あんたになんか関係ないでしょ。
Yeah, fair. Like it matters to you.
なら返さねえよ。
Oh. Yeah, no, tell him. Then I won't give it back.
そんなゴムたいな。
You can't do that.
いくらぐらいしたの？
How much was it?
20キロオーバーもした。
God. That's basically 200 quid, isn't it? Dude, it's half that. 20,000 yen is actually £106.60. That's really changed. Wow. I'm surprised. It was over 20,000 yen.
そうか。なら俺がもらう。
Oh, Jesus. Does she have any say in this? God, how can you be so unempathetic? Oh, really? Then I'll be taking it off your hands.
そんなゴムたいな。つうか。
You can't do that. And besides...
取られてたまるか。
Yeah, no, fair enough. Do you really think I'm just going to let you take it?
そんなゴソゴソしてから催涙ガス出して当たるバカがいると思うの？
Well, Tsubasa's proud, probably, but... Yeah, this is the thing. I don't really understand why, but Takuji is an ultra intelligent criminal here. And the only thing that's really problematic about all of this is that he sees any move that you can do. I can see why this person is on the top of Shiroyama's friend group. I really can. It's just such an odd other personality. You really think there's anyone blind enough that they wouldn't see you fishing around for that pepper spray?
後ろ？
Yeah, behind me.
なんか知らないけど、今日はこのナイフで許してやるから帰れよ。
Jesus. I don't know what your problem is, but I'll let you go for today in exchange for this knife. Bro, that's insane.
帰れるか。私のエストレイマラティオ。
As if I could go home without my extreme ratio. Yeah, fair enough.
はいはい。あのさ、高島からも言ってあげてくださいよ。
Hey, Takashima, could you say something to her?
私は何をですか？
What should I say?
女の子がこんなの持ってたら危ないでしょ。それにこんなすぐに攻撃してくる人が持ってたら怪我人が出るかもしれないじゃないですか。
To be honest, I think that what Takuji is saying has a good point, because all of this bullying revenge, I think it is something that is very reasonable, and Kimika does kind of have to fight because just of the extent of malice that all of the people around her who are trying to exert revenge on her just because of the fact that she's trying to exert revenge on them for their bullying, they are dangerous people. She needs weaponry. I don't disagree with that. She needs stuff for self-defense, but at the same time, this act of self-defense against really dangerous people, it could end up with someone being killed. Somebody like Kimika, she wouldn't care if these lowlifes are killed because of how much damage they've done to her, but at the same time, there could be so many problems that may be caused if she got carried away. And let's be honest, if somebody murders, it's likely they'll murder again. One murder is not enough for some people. Maybe that could be for Kimika. Maybe Takuji could actually prevent her here from having been a murderer. So even though he's being really quite awful, he is quite literally stealing a girl's property that she has spent a long time saving up for, which is horrible. It really is. But there might actually be something good from this situation. It's hard to tell though. It's awful what he's done, but maybe it isn't entirely awful. Isn't it dangerous for a girl to be carrying something like this around? Well, same for a boy, yeah. It's just a bit odd that he's made a specific point that a girl is carrying it around. Isn't it dangerous for a girl to be carrying something like this around? Besides, someone's going to get hurt if a violent woman like this. Like this! God, you're talking as if she's not even there. Has a knife.
これには訳がありまして。
There is, but at the same time, you really think that somebody like Takuji would want to listen. Actually, I hope he does, and I'd be interested to see his take. There's a good reason for all of this.
いや、 そりゃ人にはそれぞれ言い分があると思うけど、だからって
Yeah, no, that's totally
ほ
reasonable.
ぼ初対面の相手に
Dude,
刃
so
物で切りつ
I
け
get
て
that
いい
you're
わけじゃない
obviously
で
the
す
one who has the total upper hand in this situation. You're not going to let her go pulling around knives on people, so you're going to do it yourself. You're really that responsible. But to be fair, Kimika is more a person who acts on emotions, and I'd assume people like Takuji, they're just blatant criminals, so if they had knives, they would know how to use them, and they wouldn't get carried away like people similar to Kimika would. Maybe that's why. No, I'm sure everyone has some kind of excuse. That doesn't mean I'm going to let her go around pulling knives on people.
それはもちろんなんですけど。
Of course, but... yeah, what is it? Today, he's different from normal. And isn't it interesting to think about the fact that here, Kimika quite literally resorts to a potential attempt of murder just because of the fact that she is torn with anger because of how much she believes that Zakuro has been manipulated. He's not even close to the same amazing person I know. Exactly, yeah. But he's nothing like the Mamiya-kun that's always in his underground room either. I know, yeah, I agree. It's odd. I really do wonder what happens with regards to the other Takuji. What happens to the good Takuji when Zakuro realizes that his other personalities have been known by her, I wonder. So you really are our enemy, Mamiya Takuji.
敵なんだそりゃ
Enemy? The hell are you talking about?
ほら、これがこいつの本当の正体なんだよ、ザクロ。私のナイフを奪うような悪人なんだよ。
Look, this is what he's really like, Zakuro. He's the kind of villain who would steal my knife. I see that, yeah.
いや、でもあの場合、キミカがいきなりナイフで切りつけたわけだし。
But didn't you suddenly attack him with... Right. So murder is justified then. Okay.
そこまで言ってないよ、間宮君は。
He did, technically, though. He didn't quite say that. He still implied it.
むしろ貧乳と言っていいだろう
God. No, that would probably be the best way to describe it. God, she's really, really self-conscious about this. Yeah, and this is why she's a really bad target for bullying. Can I just mention that? The hell did you just say?
ブラとかつける意味ないじゃんそんな大きさならそうでしょ
Why the fuck do you even know?
走行とかで十分な大きさなんじゃないの
This is sick. And he's a total bully. Totally. God.
乙女の胸に触れておきながらなんたる言い草。
Yeah, this is the worst thing. He's enjoying this, let's be honest. What? Oh, what's happened? Oh, yeah, no, reasonable. Well, then again, he does have the physical strength, so he can take Kimika down if needed. But Jesus Christ, I'm so surprised at just how many weapons Kimika has. Mamiya-kun was completely at ease before, but this time he was surprised. Kimika pulled out a pistol. My question again, where the fuck does she get these things from? Die.
バカ痛えよ
Are you stupid? That hurt. Was that a taser?
アホかてめえ
How stupid are you? If I'm going to be honest, yeah, I totally agree. And this is the disadvantage about people with weapons. You think you can justify using them with bullies, so that means you can justify using them with anyone you don't like. And then it will just progress. I get that Takuji was seen here, but this could have easily just been a situation that could have escalated into nothing. Kimika's being an idiot here. I totally agree. She has lots of weapons, no sense. Yeah, get that pistol off her before she does something she's gonna regret.
やもやエアガンまで持ってるとは思わなかったまた催涙ガスの類だと思ったんで油断した
I didn't expect you to pull out an air gun. thought it was pepper spray again, so I let my guard down.
エアガン？
An air gun?
間合いがあまりに遠いんで少し不思議だったんだが。
God, you totally ignore her as well.
これも没収だな。
Yeah, I was wondering why you were backing away from me. I can't believe you had an air gun in there as well. We're confiscating this as well. Yeah, interesting.
それだけはそれ一部パーツが本物なんです。
At least let me keep that. Some of the parts in that gun are authentic.
知らんがな。まあいいや。このナイフとエアガンは慰謝料だ。もらっておく。
He's so direct. I don't care. Anyway, I'll be taking this knife and this air gun as reparations.
なんだ不服？
What, is there a problem with that?
あ、いいえ。常識から考えれば、キミカがナイフで襲ったんですから。
Yeah, that's totally reasonable.
警察沙汰にならないだけでも。
No. She did attack you with a knife, so yeah, she objectively did something illegal. I mean, I get that she believes that Zakudou is being manipulated, but that never justifies the usage of a knife. Not even the bullying justifies the usage of a knife. But if it is done because of genuine self-defense, maybe it does, but you'd still be hard pushed, I think. No, she did attack you with a knife, but we should be really glad that you are not calling the police.
それより。
Besides.
それより
Besides?
なんか
Oh yeah,
今
yeah.
日の間宮君、いつもと違う雰囲気。
Isn't it interesting that she maintains her composure even though she is the one who is experiencing the manipulation, potentially? What Kimika believes to be manipulation. Kimika's not even experiencing it, and yet she's reacting so much more violently and physically. Today, you kind of seem different from normal, Mamiya-kun. I mean, these things that she was doing were so irrational. She could have easily killed Takuji if he wasn't that strong. And obviously skilled in combat. Could you imagine what that would have done to Zakudou, even if this was a different Takuji to normal? Today you seem kind of different from normal, Mamiya-kun.
いつもの。ああ、なるほどね。学校では猫かぶってるから。
Wait, hang on a
だ
second,
から
you're telling me these are the
違
same
うんじゃ
people?
ない？
From normal? Oh, that's right. I like to lay low at school. That's probably why I seem different.
そうなんだ。
I guess so. Good point, yeah. But last time I met him outside of school, he wasn't like this.
あれか。よく本読んでる時の俺が。
Oh shit, what? Oh wait, you're talking about the times when I read loads of books.
あ、はい。
Oh yes.
なら
He
安心しろ。
remembers, I'm surprised.
あと少しすれば、そのマミやタクジにしか会えなくなるからさ。
That's weird. Then you don't need to worry. Pretty soon you won't be able to meet any Mamiya Takuji other than that one. What?
それ
Why is he
どういう
smiling? Eh, what do you mean?
意味？別に意味なんかないさ。言うなれば、性格改造みたいなの。
Interesting.
今後もう少し真面目な少年になろうかなと。
That's not what I was expecting whatsoever. What? What do I mean? There's no meaning. Think of it as a change of personality. I'd like to be a bit more diligent and studious for now.
あ、それで学校の屋上ではあんな感じだったんですか？
Oh, that's why you're always reading on the rooftop.
そうそ
Yeah.
でもおかしいです。
Agreed, yeah, but that's weird.
う。おかしい。何が？
God, look how threatening he seems when he's provoked. Weird, how so?
だって屋上でサボってるのは
Yeah, totally
どっ
agree.
ちにしても真面目な少年とは言いません。
I mean, he wants to become more studious and diligent, so yeah. Maybe he'll stop doing that now. I wouldn't call a person diligent and studious if they were skipping class.
そういえばそうだな。まあどうでもいいよそんなことは。
I guess you're right. Not that it really matters.
シラノ・ド・ベルジュラックありがとうございました。
Thank you for lending me Cyrano de Bergerac.
シラノ。ああ、戯曲ね。
Isn't that interesting just how little he remembers it? Cyrano. Oh, the play. Oh, he does know. It's hard to tell, it really is. Maybe he really is the same Mamiya-kun that I met on the rooftop?
何お前、ああいうハイソなのが好きなの？
Oh no. God, Kimika watching this. She must... If I'm going to be honest, I feel like this is just a situation they should go out of. The more Zakuro experiences this, the more upset she's going to be. Maybe this could be the cause of her suicide. What, you like stuffy books like that? Oh no. Stuffy like a stuffy nose.
ハイソサイティのことだよ。高級志向的というか、上流社会的というか、そんな感じ。
No, he's talking about sophisticated literature. Books that are aimed at intellectuals and high society. Stuff like that.
シラノは間宮君が勧めてくださったんじゃないですか。
Yeah. Hey, wait. You were the one that recommended Cyrano to me, Mamiya-kun.
確かに俺が勧めたかもしれないが、気に入ったんだろ？なら好きなわけだ。
Maybe I did. Did you like it? Don't mind me.
間宮君も好きだって言ってました。
But Mamiya-kun, you said you liked it too.
だから猫かぶってた時だろ。
That's so weird. Like I said, that's when I'm at school.
なら嫌いなんですか？
Then you don't like it.
そうね。だいたいお前はなんでそんなこと気にするんだよ。
Dunno. Why do you care about that?
人が好きだって言うから、お前は何かを好きになるのか？
Would you change your opinion and said you liked something just because someone else said they liked it?
それ
It
は
is actually a reasonable question. But it's so brutally said.
俺が知らのを好きかどうかなんてどうでもいいことだろ。
It doesn't matter whether I like it or not.
そうですけど。でも、
That's true, but
そんなことより私の大切な武器返せ。
who cares about that? Give me back my weapons.
嫌だね。返さない。
No way.
うーん
Why you?
ダメだよ。これ以上やったらさらに武
good
器
point,
取り上げられるよ。
Oh my god, you shouldn't have said that she has more. Stop, if you keep going, he's just going to take more of your weapons away.
そうだな。高島の
Exactly, I agree. Yeah,
それ以上やっても無駄だ。
that's right, you should listen to her. There's no point in fighting to me. Yeah, exactly.
やってみないと。
I have to try.
バカか。お前そういうの嫌いなタイプじゃないのか。
Are you dumb? I thought you hated people like that.
何が？
What do you mean?
やってみないと。なんて行き当たりばったりで戦うタイプじゃないだろう。お前。
No, actually, no. You're not the type to run headlong into a fight without a plan, are you? But that's what emotions can do to people. They can really, really decrease the amount of... Well, I mean, emotions can influence someone's personality so much so that, well, that someone can make a completely different decision based on what logically they should do, what their personality says they should do, and how it defines that what they should do just because of what could potentially be going on.
だいたい女にしてもお前は腕力が弱すぎるし、反応速度も遅すぎる。
He's totally insulting her, my god. You're incredibly weak, even for a woman. God, your reflexes are slow too.
それは
She has a brain. I mean, she does have a tactical brain, but the only thing is, the only fight she has is in her weapons, no actual physical skill. I see that. That's just, how the hell would you know what type of person I am anyway?
わかるだろ。簡単な推測だ。
Yeah,
そん
yeah,
だけ弱
reasonable.
くて、なお
Oh,
か
yeah,
つそれ
yeah,
だけ
totally.
戦いの準備をしてるなら、まず間違いなく戦略を重んじるタイプだ。
I can tell. I can tell. It's a simple deduction. If I see a person who's incredibly weak carrying around that many backup weapons, it's obvious that they're the type to plan ahead. Yeah.
それが戦略を重んじすぎて行動に移せないタイプか。だが、どうやら
Oh, yeah.
お前
Yeah,
は
I
行動
agree.
はできるタイプであるみたいだからな。
Lots of people like that fail to actually act when the time comes, though. But I can see that you're not one of them. Willpower.
なんと言っても、
That was
この俺
ridiculous,
に
yeah.
喧嘩売ってきたんだからな。
To be fair, this might have actually saved Kimika. She could have potentially committed murder if it wasn't for Takuji taking her weapons away. Either way, you came and picked a fight with me.
傲慢な考え。まるで自分の武勇伝を誰もが知っているかのような言い草。
You're so cocky. You act like you're some famous swordsman or something.
そこまでは。でも俺がどんな人間かは知っているのだろう。白山の仲間だとか言ってたしな。
I wouldn't say that, but you know what kind of person I am. You said I was one of Shiroyama's cronies, after all.
あんたが白山とか沼田を操ってるんでしょ裏で。
You're the one pulling Shiroyama and Numada's strings, aren't you?
さあな。それはどうだか。まあいいや。今日はこれで許してやる。次に何かあったらまた没収するからな。
Who knows, I couldn't tell you that. Anyway, I'll let you go for today. If this happens again, I'll be taking more of your toys. Jesus. Poor Zakuro, that's all I can say. He laughed and slowly walked off. Completely unflustered.
次があったらお前が死んでる時だ。
Let's just reverse characters. Takuji should be saying this to Kimika, let's be honest here. If this happens again, you'll be going home in a wheelchair. God.
楽しみにしてるさ。
I'm looking forward to it. God. Yeah, I totally agree. Why is his personality so different every time I meet him? Is he really just acting when he's at school? It's very hard to tell. It really is. Yeah, he's not pretending. No, he's not pretending. Then what on earth could he have been pretending to be when I met him in that underground room? He's not pretending, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like... I won't say that he's very, very mentally... No, I won't say that it's something that... Actually, if I'm going to be honest, I find it really hard to tell what the actual nature of what's happening to him is. Judging by those hallucinations when the underground room Takuji was seeing what was happening with Zakuro and the stress after her death as well. I mean, I'd assume it's some sort of schizo thing, if just based on everything that was going on there and the ridiculous amount of things that he was seeing. But at the same time, I don't understand how somebody who has a mental condition like that, like, maybe I'm not informed, that could be the case, but I just don't understand how he could be so composed and so tactical and so perfect and flawless here. But maybe that's because, I don't know, the brain wants to maintain multiple personalities. The only thing is, I don't really understand why Takuji must physically have a lot of muscle if he can be so strong. Actually, maybe he doesn't have muscle, but he has tactic, and he probably does have strength. But the only thing is, I'm just surprised that the underground Takuji is so weak, because you would have thought that he would have the same amount of muscles as the other Takuji. But then again, I mean, I suppose it matters. It doesn't matter about muscles, it just matters about how you use them. agreed. Me too. The more I learn about him, the more mysterious he seems. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised. July the 10th. 2 more days. 2 more fateful days.
おはよう、ザクラ。
It was very odd today. Very, very odd. I don't think it can be described with anything apart from odd. Oh, that was really, really fun seeing her getting away from Tsubasa's crowd. It was also really quite cool to see just in general how she completely uses weapons to her advantage. And yeah, it was just interesting learning more about Kimika's character and just learning more about her really, really murderous and psychotic side, and just learning how bullies have entirely caused that to develop, and also just in general the causes for the bullying, and also the fact that, well, just how much she would do to Zakudor and do for Zakudor, and the fact that she could potentially feel as if she wanted to kill herself, but she won't do it for Zakudor. She would do anything for her. As we saw in that scene just at the end there, she will do anything. Even if it means doing things that are totally reckless just to protect Zakudor. I mean, she was being a real idiot there. I don't get why somebody as intelligent as her... Wait, no, I get why. It's because of emotions. She was completely acting on emotions and not logic whatsoever. She should have thought that because of the fact that Takuji is the one who leads Shiroyama's crowd, surely he shouldn't be a person to be messing with, and rather than using the weapons, she should just try to civilly talk to him. But what I find really interesting is Kimika is becoming so deadly with these weapons, and she's going to do something she really regrets, I bet you anything. And that's the danger of too many weapons. But this is the bad thing. This is just yet another knock-on effect from the bullying. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this develops. Now, I did enjoy everything today. I'm just a bit pissed off. I'm just pissed off at that Takuji scene because of the fan service. I mean, dude, that scene was so interesting, and I think it had so much more potential than what it had. I mean, okay, I won't deny that the fan service did add a good element of the plot, because it just shows that Takuji has no care in the world. He doesn't care about legal restrictions. He doesn't care about other people's boundaries. He will humiliate people, but he will only do that in order to benefit himself and to make it so that he has an upper hand in the situation. And it also shows the ridiculous mercilessness in this other personality of Takuji, but I just can't really say I'm thrilled with the fan service. But yeah, it was very, very, very interesting just to see everything there. I do wonder how it will progress as well. Right, see you guys. Have a good one.